What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Xbox cancels another game, PS5 hit a big sales milestone, and Sony admits its live service plan is not entirely going smoothly. This is your Daily Fix. Xbox has stopped development of Contraband to evaluate the project's future, with a Bloomberg report saying the game is canceled entirely 4 years after its initial E3 announcement. Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier first broke the news on Blue Sky today, saying that Xbox is canceling Contraband, announced in 2021 from Avalanche Studios, Just Cause, after 4 years of radio silence, sources tell Bloomberg News. This was followed by an official confirmation from Avalanche on its website, which reads as follows. Over the past several years, Avalanche Studios Group and Xbox Game Studios Publishing have collaborated on Contraband. Active development has now stopped while we evaluate the project's future. We're thankful for the excitement we've seen from the community since we announced, and we'll give an update on what's next as soon as we can. Contraband was originally announced for Xbox and PC at E3 2021 with a teaser trailer. At the time, we knew it would be set in a 1970s smuggler's paradise called Bayan, but we didn't see any gameplay. Since then, we've seen nothing further of the game, nor heard any progress on its development. Xbox, meanwhile, has been canceling projects left and right amid a mass layoff last month that saw over 9,000 jobs eliminated Microsoft-wide, including hundreds in gaming. In the aftermath, we learned that games including Everwild and Perfect Dark had been canceled. Still upset about Perfect Dark. Xbox games that are actually coming out in the not-too-distant future include Ninja Gaiden 4 and The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Moving on, Sony has announced a new PlayStation 5 sales milestone of 80.3 million units shipped worldwide. That total is accurate as of June 30th and represents an additional 2.5 million consoles shipped during the preceding 3 months, an amount that's very slightly up on the same period last year. It's a good-looking set of results for Sony, with PlayStation Network subscribers up 7 million year-on-year for a total of 123 million users. Combined sales of PS5 and PS4 games hit 65.9 million copies for the past quarter, another rise year-on-year by 12.3 million. Of these, 6.9 million units were of Sony's own first-party games, a figure that's up by 900,000 from the same time last year. After 5 years on sale, the PS5 is now bearing down on the lifetime totals for the Xbox 360 at 84 million and PS3 at 87 million, though it still has some way to go until it reaches the heights of some other consoles. Sony's PS2 remains the best-selling console of all time with 160 million units sold. The original Nintendo Switch is close behind with a total of 153 million, although that recent price increase on that console will probably keep it from reaching PS2's total. How many more consoles can Sony sell this generation? This largely depends on how long this generation has left, with one report suggesting that PS6 launch is penciled in for 2027. And finally today, Sony has reflected on its progress transforming PlayStation into a company that runs a suite of successful live service games, something that has so far returned mixed results. Cast your mind back to February 2022, during the halcyon days of PlayStation's former boss Jim Ryan, when the company said it would launch more than 10 new live service games before March 2026. Fast forward to now, and well, it's clear things haven't quite gone to plan. Speaking via an English interpreter during Sony's latest financial results briefing, the company's chief financial officer, Lin Tao, has seemingly agreed. This was originally reported by This Week in Video Games. Tao said, last year Concord, and this year Marathon was postponed. Somewhat negative news has been coming out, but if you look 5 years ago, live service games were almost non-existent for PlayStation Studios. We have Helldivers 2, MLB, Gran Turismo 7, and Bungie's Destiny 2. So we have these 4 live services contributing to sales and profit in a stable manner. In terms of the transformation, it's not entirely going smoothly, but from a longer-term perspective, if you look at the changes over 5 years, you see that there has definitely been change. I'm not entirely sure Gran Turismo and MLB count as live service games, but anyway, questions remain over Sony's future live service prospects, such as Bungie's delayed Marathon and also heist shooter Fair Games, the debut project from Haven Studios, of which we've heard nothing for some time. Founded in 2021 and acquired by Sony a year later, Haven had been helmed by Assassin's Creed producer and games industry veteran Jade Raymond until her exit from the company back in May. Little has been seen of what Haven has been developing for the last 4 years, and now Fair Games has reportedly been delayed until at least 2026. Discussing the status of Marathon specifically, Tao said Sony still expects the game to launch before April 2026 during the current financial year, but cautioned that this was not a commitment. Tao said, "We are now fixing the problems, so we believe this launch will happen. If this launch is canceled, we need to do a revision of the valuation. However, as of now, this is not expected." Behind the scenes, Sony has recently canceled a slew of projects that never made it into the public eye. These include a live service God of War title in development at Bluepoint, and another live service title being made by Days Gone developer Bend. Firesprite previously ditched a live service Twisted Metal project, while Insomniac was known to have worked on a live service co-op Spider-Man game titled The Great Web. Most high profile of all, though, was Naughty Dog's live service The Last of Us multiplayer effort, which the studio also ultimately ditched after years of work. Speaking earlier this year, former PlayStation executive Shuhei Yoshida said he would have tried to resist Sony's live service video game push and mulled that maybe that's one of the reasons they removed me from the first party. And that's your Daily Fix for Thursday, August 7th. Now is a great time to score some incredible games through Humble. Live now through September 2nd, grab Persona 5 Royal, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, My Time at Sandrock, and more. Whether you're building your backlog or discovering something new, it's the perfect time to pick up these fan favorites. Plus, every purchase supports a good cause. Get a curated mix of PC games every month, all for just $14.99 a month. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.